Tonight, the family of a fallen Denali Park Ranger are speaking out publicly for the first time, focused on her life and legacy. Robin Pendery died back on June 4th after she fell into a crevasse during a climbing patrol.
Johnson Kuhn spoke with her parents, who say she lived for the mountains and for keeping other people safe.
I love you.
We love you. That's how we always ended our text messages.
Robin Pendery's parents say her love for her family matched her love for the outdoors, which started early and quickly turned into a life of big goals and even bigger terrain. They say she excelled in school but chose a different path, pouring that intellect into a deep understanding of avalanches, glacier travel, and how to stay safe in the backcountry.
She was sort of just born full of curiosity about the world and just a drive to be independent and adventurous.
Pendery had climbed Denali multiple times as a guide before becoming a seasonal mountaineering ranger. Her mom says she also looked for ways to combine emergency medicine with the outdoors, earning a nursing degree and working at Harborview Medical Center in Seattle, while still teaching avalanche awareness and encouraging more women to get into the mountains. The Park Service says Pendery was on patrol near the 14,000-foot level when she fell into a crevasse and did not survive. The agency has opened a formal investigation, which it says is standard practice for a line-of-duty death, and says it will not release additional details until the review is complete.
She worked to mitigate the risk. She was not reckless, and she didn't allow her, team members to be reckless.
Her dad says the outpour of love from the Park Service and the climbing community has been immense.
The support from the National Park Service has been just overwhelming.
Friends are now working on a scholarship fund through Alpine Ascents International aimed at helping more women afford avalanche education. But for now, her parents say for them, it's a matter of coming to terms with a loss they don't expect to ever overcome.
Right now, of course, we've lost her, and so that's the devastation that it will not go away. We've been told by some friends who've lost their own children, it's not going to go away.
Johnson Kuhn, Alaska's news source.
Now, a family friend in Utah, former Denali Park Ranger Jack Green, wrote a tribute to her for Utah Public Radio, saying he'll never look at Denali National Park the same way again. The Park Service says it will evaluate what more it can release once its investigation is finished.
In the race for Alaska's lone congressional seat, who is independent Bill Hill going to side with?
Hill is one of three frontrunners in that race. Our political reporter, Will Courtney, spoke with Hill yesterday. Will, where does he seem Hill's going to go?
Yeah, he actually didn't answer that question on what caucus he's going to ultimately join, and he said that decision was actually going to come after the election. Who a candidate chooses to caucus with is a key decision for any candidate, and particularly an independent like Hill. Here's that moment when I asked him who he plans to side with.
And so I will maintain that the people that I will be working with Congress are the people who are going to be working to drive down the cost of health care, the people who realize that public education is an important institution in our nation and needs to be supported at a very high level. I'm going to be working with people who want to drive down the costs of living in Alaska. I'm going to be working with the people who are not going to vote for these haphazard tariffs or another war in the Middle East. So those are the people I'm going to work for. I am actually caucusing with the Alaska people. I will serve them first and foremost.
I mean, from your answer, though, I think people could probably deduce you would be more interested in caucusing with Democrats at this point.
I guess we'll find out when the election comes.
Sure.
All right, so it looks like we're going to learn a lot more after the election, especially if he wins. So where do things currently stand in this race?
Yeah, well, there's 15 candidates in the race for the House right now. Out of those, 3 are sticking out. That's Hill, who we just heard from, Republican incumbent Nick Begich, and Democrat Matt Schultz. Now, Begich has a fundraising edge over both, with Hill coming in a close second, and Schultz is trailing behind Hill by about $500,000. Early voting begins August 3rd. Election day is on August 18th. The top 4 are going to advance to November's general election.
Well, Courtney, thank you for that full conversation with Hill. We have that 30-minute interview on our website, mobile app, YouTube, and wherever you listen to your podcasts.
And we want to take you outside to Jewel Lake. Take a look at this scene. This is summer in Alaska, enjoying the beautiful lake, the beautiful conditions there, the park, and the sand. Looks like kids and families are enjoying this nice summer day, and it's not even that warm. Temperatures holding in the low to mid 60s. Not seeing a ton of people in the water, but there's a few. Just a reminder, Jewel Lake does not have lifeguards. They do have some life jackets available to sort of borrow while you're there if you don't have one. always a good reminder to have that life jacket on in the lake, especially with those temperatures a little bit chilly. But look at this. Look how fun it is out there. Not a cloud in the sky from this vantage point, but I want to show you what it looks like the other direction. If we pivot about 180 degrees from there, this is what it looks like to the north from Eagle River toward Palmer in toward Hatcher Pass. And we have some thunderstorms developing there, bringing cloud cover and even rain and lightning to this area. Temperatures still holding in those mid 60s. You can see warmer as you head into the interior valley, even at 66 in Ketchikan. That rain finally letting up, some blue sky peeking through, and temperatures there in the mid 50s. But I do want to show you these thunderstorms that have been firing up over Hatcher Pass. We've already seen about 5 lightning strikes in this area. This is just on the north side there of Palmer. So if you're in this area near Palmer Fishhook Road and thought you heard some thunder, you probably did. Temperatures up between 4 and 6 degrees here across South Central tonight, and that warming trend is one that you can get used to. Check out Kotzebue, 15 degrees warmer than this time 24 hours ago. Now, because of those thunderstorms to the north, we will see a little bit of that cloud cover likely spilling in from the north across the Anchorage Bowl, but otherwise just seeing partly cloudy skies overnight into tomorrow morning. Mostly sunny for your Wednesday with high temperatures right back into the mid 60s. Fairbanks, you're headed to the mid 70s. A few morning showers in Juneau and just a little bit of cloud cover there in Bethel. But as we look ahead to the rest of the week, warmer weather on the way. I'll have that forecast next.
All right, see you in a bit, Melissa. Thank you. Today marks day 4 of the trial of 23-year-old Zarius Hildebrand. He's accused of killing his wife, Soraya, back in 2023. Then reported her missing and taking part in the search to find her.
Now today, for the first time in court, crime scene footage was shown where Hildebrand allegedly committed the crime. That includes blood in a saturated upside-down mattress in the couple's apartment. Hildebrand's lawyers claim his wife died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Anchorage police testimony suggests otherwise. They're looking at the bloodstained patterns.
Yeah, photos of her body after it was removed from a storm drain days after she was reported missing were also shown. We'll have more on the court developments tonight on the Late Edition.
A Fairbanks courtroom became ground zero today for a fight that could reshape how charter schools are funded and approved across Alaska.
Yeah, for more than a year, parents trying to open Pearl Creek STEAM charter school say the Fairbanks School District has blocked them, even after the state approved the charter and threatened to cut the district's funding if it does not comply. Today, witnesses testified the district closely worked to prevent the school from opening. The district denied that, but acknowledged it has not taken the steps to follow the state's orders.
Now, the case's judge did not rule today, suggesting the case is likely headed to the Alaska Supreme Court. A borough assembly vote on leasing the school building is set for July 1st. If that fails, the school cannot open this fall, regardless of the court's decision.
Well, when she was trying to figure out what to do for a living, she went with the great advice of do what you love.
For the owner of Snow City, Spenard Roadhouse, South and Crush, that answer was go out to eat. She loved breakfast because of the fun energy and thought Anchorage needed a new place to eat. That began Snow City, one of the most successful spots in Anchorage.
Thanks for listening. Click subscribe so you can get the latest podcast from Alaska's news source automatically. And stay up to date with breaking news and in-depth reporting available for free 24/7 with the Alaska's news source app.